Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 73. So, from the Caribbean to the UK, Karen's bold leap into the digital freedom. And our guest today is Karen Fenton. She will be joining us in a few minutes. But before we dive into our topic, let me introduce myself. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. I also want to invite everyone that we have a free live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into my website that appears here on the screen with your name and email address, sorry. And I'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So we do have live webinars every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST here in North America. So when you register into my website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesdays and one for Thursdays. So you can register for either one or for both. The second link you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. Now, in addition to that, I also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what is it that I'm going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar. Okay, so tonight's live webinar, we have as a host Jay. She's a resigned educator. And we also have as a first panelist Dr. Rushika. She's a family physician. We also have Angel, a Scrum Master. We have Maria, a retired nurse educator. We also have Maria, a professional driver. We have Shreya, a customer service. We have Riham, a registered nurse. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, different ethnicities, different ages, but they all have something in common. And that is, they decided to take that leap of faith to change their lives and their families' lives. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into my website that appears on the screen, and you can attend our free live webinar tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST here in North America. All right, so let's come back and dive into our topic for today. So, like we mentioned, today we are on episode 73 of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And our topic today is from the Caribbean to the UK. Karen's bold leap into digital freedom. And our guest is Karen Fenton. But before I bring her in, let me introduce her to you guys. So I am so excited to welcome today's guest, Karen. She's originally from the Caribbean and now living in the UK. Karen is a devoted wife and proud mom to a 14-year-old son. She works full time in customer service and sales. And on top of her busy schedule, she's also a passionate digital business owner and mentor. So, Karen's journey is a powerful example of balance, ambition, and creating more for her family and her future. So, get ready to be inspired by her story of dedication and possibility. So, let's bring Karen to the studio. Hello, Karen. Thank you for coming.
Hello, Sandy. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
Can you
So,
hear
I know I
me?
did a Yes, I can hear you now. There seems to be a bit of delay. So if our audience is watching it, it's just, because we're from two different countries. Yeah, she's from the UK right now, and I'm from North America. So bear with us, technology. Um, so I know I did a little bit of introduction about yourself, but is there anything else you want to add to it that I didn't say?
Well, I think you've basically covered my introduction. I am, like you said, originally from the Caribbean. Now I'm living in the United Kingdom. I'm a wife, a mom to a 14-year-old son, and I work full time in customer services and sales. And I'm also a digital business owner who is looking to break free from the 9 to 5 grind and have something of myself that can give me the time and financial freedom that I am, looking for. And I believe that this business opportunity is, going to provide that for me. So, yeah, basically, you've said everything um, for me. Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, Karen. Just a quick, what part of Caribbean are you? Like which country?
Antigua.
Antigua. Oh, nice. It's the first time I hear someone from Antigua, so that's nice to hear. All right, so let's dive in
Yeah.
into our questions. So, the first question for you is, so you're balancing full-time work, motherhood, and your digital business. So, what has resilience looked like for you in this season of life? Oh, sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question, Sandy. Um, that's a lot to be balancing, you know. So resilience for me, it looks like showing up showing up even when I'm feeling tired, and there are days when you just don't feel like I can do this, but I still push through because I know what I am, going after in life. And if it means staying up late, or even putting extra time on my business after I've done a full day at work, yeah, that's what I have to do. If I need to do extra training, I'm still making that effort to show up um, for my business. And there are moments when I feel like giving up, even if I've had a demanding day at work or my family needs me. But then, I still show up in spite of, because I know that what I'm working for, it's going to give me that um, freedom that I've been craving for a while. And so I can't afford to give up. I still have to press on, forward and upward. So there's no going back. And that's what um, resilience is for me. Balancing all of my responsibilities. Yeah, that's how I do. I just keep going. It will, pay off in the long
Mhm,
run. Yeah, so I just gotta keep holding on, really.
mhm. Thank you for sharing that. And you touch a lot of good nuggets in there. Um, like you mentioned, you have a lot of responsibilities, and when you come from work, many times you are so tired, but even then, you push through, to do a little bit of your business. So every little small thing that you do for your business moves you forward, you know. But like you mentioned, sometimes you feel like
Yeah,
kind of like,
definitely.
yeah, you feel like kind of giving up, but even then, you remember why you started this for. And and I just want to mention about that because I I learned last week, one of my guests in the Job Quitter Life, because we mentioned about the why, the whys that push you to move forward. And
Yeah,
also, working on your mindset. But she mentioned something that,
Yeah.
I didn't think about it, and it's the desire. And that's what pushes also through. Besides, your why is the desire to know,
Yeah.
because that, if you keep going, you're going to be able to achieve a better lifestyle than the one that you have right now. So even though you're
Yeah.
tired, even though that, sometimes some days that you feel like not doing anything, you keep pushing to do it, because like, if you keep working on it and you keep moving your business forward, eventually you're gonna reach that goal where you wanna be, where you're gonna have that financial freedom, where you're gonna have that time freedom, so where you don't have to worry about anymore being tired, because the business will adapt to your schedule and not the other way around. And then also, you will have money working for you, and not you trading time for money. So thank you for sharing that. Is really, like, um, it is very powerful what you change, because a lot of people, they give up because they go for the easy, you know they don't want to push themselves. But the problem is, like, if you don't push yourself to go for what you want, like that desire that we were talking about, um, you're gonna remain in the same place and nothing's gonna change. And like, you're gonna feel always tired. You're not gonna have that energy to be able to be fully present for your family. So um sometimes we have to sacrifice a little bit at the beginning, to be able to enjoy later. Or what we say, sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to be comfortable, to be able to enjoy it. So thank you so much for sharing that, because hopefully, people are hearing you, they will get inspired, because, a lot of people in our community, that's how also they started, they were tired, but, they were pushing forward, and today they're very successful. So thank you so much. So we have a comment here from Nilar and Steven. So they say thank you, and they say strong power. So thank you so much for sharing your comment, and thank you for watching. Um, so yeah, so thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the second question. So the second question is, what inspired you to step into the digital business world while still working in customer service and sales? Was there a defining moment that pushed you to take action? So what was that moment that made you, like, say, I need a change in my life?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So there was a moment that, um, well, there have been moments that caused me to want to make a change. So I have missed so many important milestones in my son's life. Um, and that's because I couldn't, get time off from work when I needed that time. And I'm always constantly choosing between, providing for my family and being present for my family, or, you know, working to provide for your family. And I was just tired of being tired, barely making ends meet. You're working so hard, but yet still you're barely making ends meet. And I wanted, it's my goal to own my own property and, my own vehicle. And working from 9 to 5 and struggling is not really helping me to reach that milestone or that target. And I want to be able to spend more time with my family, traveling, making more memories. And I have, since I've joined the business, I have seen so many individuals in the community who have testimonies of paying off debts, paying off their mortgages, being able to pay for their children's college and universities and all of that. And I know if they can do it, I can do it as well. So that's why I'm not giving up, even though it's tough for me right now, balancing all of my responsibilities. and I I know that this business is going to give me the opportunity to have that time and financial freedom, like we have said previously. And also, I love that the community is there. I can reach out to anyone because even us, we don't know each other personally, but we're able to still connect with eat with each other. And also, even though we have our own individual mentor and coach, yeah, the community is still there that we can reach out if we need guidance or support. The community is there to help us, and also, um, yeah, so that's when I really knew I needed to make a change. I needed that flexibility, to be able to be there for my family more when they, need me, really. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I totally understand you. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parents out there that are in the same situation as you. And so you are an inspiration to them because, many times, like you mentioned, you miss your kids' milestones because you were not able to ask for permission because you were working, and not all the bosses out there are very understandable, to give you allocate you, that time to go for for the event of your kid or something like that. So it's really hard because we are
Mm-hmm.
depending on somebody else's schedule and time. um and it's hard to ask for permission, and even like when you want to take time off, you cannot take time off just any time. I mean, it has to be depending of the business needs. So I do get you when it comes to that, and missing all those milestones. I don't have kids, but I do have, like my family. And when my brother used to live here and they used to celebrate, birthdays, many times I was working and I couldn't take time off. Sometimes I will come afterwards, and sometimes, I wasn't able to make it because I was finishing late, from work. So I got to miss also those milestones. So I do understand like that. And like you mentioned, it's it you work so hard, try to to provide for your family, but it's still not enough. And it's like what we mentioned before, like we are trading time for money, and it's not even giving us that financial
Yeah.
stability that we want. So why keep doing the same life that we are doing? So I'm glad that you were able to see for yourself, find like be able to see, and and look and reach out to look for a better way. Because many times we tend to conform ourselves and keep doing the same. But the thing is, like, time pass, and we cannot go back to the time. um like I have a friend, like she had two daughters and one son. So
Mm.
when for her two daughters, she missed all the milestone, and she regrets that, but we cannot do anything. Past is past. But she was able to, for her son, you know now that she has
Mm.
this online opportunity, to be present for him. So um if we have any parents out there watching us, and hearing Karen's story and what we're talking here, um know that there are options to be fully present. This is something like Karen is saying, yes, you like, it's hard for her, balancing, but she knows there is, if she keeps doing it, eventually she will find that time freedom and financial stability that she's looking for, so she can be fully present for her family. So you can start this on the side. And the beauty is, like,
Yeah.
this adapt to your schedule and not the other way around. It's not like you have to go to get another job and spend, more time outside of your family to provide. And it might not be even enough because, like, you're already working full time to get another job, and it's still not enough. And yes, this business is not a rich quick, uh, you know, uh, scheme. It takes time. Okay, so it starts little with the making money, but it's like compound, it keeps increasing. So to the point that this plan B that you started on the side becomes your plan A because it will surpass your actual income. So that's when you're gonna be able to leave your job, quit your jobs, like we have so many job quitters in our community. But if you're someone that loves your job, that's not a problem. But you have the option at that time, if you want to continue working. We have also members in our community, they love their job and they don't need to work anymore, but they're still working because they love what they're doing and they still have their business on the side. Um,
Yeah.
so thank you so much for sharing that because, um, this is a very common, and nowadays more because of all the raises in prices, and the thing is like, like the prices of the food or anything that you're buying is so expensive, but the salaries are not keeping up with that. And that's why it making it a little bit more struggle for a lot of people nowadays.
Yeah.
And and the thing is, like there is opportunities. We're so blessed to have, uh, in being the digital era where you have options now to work online, and not being able to, um, build this business on the side and not having to, to missing any of those milestones. So this will allow you to be fully present and build that financial stability and create that better work life balance that we are looking for. Same as you, I was working long hours, and I got to the point I didn't see myself working until 67 years old. The same, and there is some stability in my industry too. So I cannot really rely. We cannot really rely in one income stream nowadays. So you really need more than one income stream. So you have to have a plan B because you never know what could happen. So thank you so much, Karen, for sharing
Definitely.
that. Okay, so last question for you. So as a mom and wife building something new, how has this journey changed your outlook on success? And what legacy are you hoping to create for your son?
Okay. So this journey has completely redefined um, what success means to me. And I thought success was tied to your title or even promotions and even a steady paycheck. And I believe that as long as your bills are being paid, that your job was secure and you're doing well. But that is so not the case. But deep down inside, I was tired. I was stretched thin, and missing the moments that truly mattered with my family. And so now success looks like freedom to choose how I spend my time, who I spend it with, and the energy that I um, and what I pour into my energy. Um, and it's about impact, knowing that I'm helping others while creating a better future for my family as well. And most importantly, it's about alignment, building something that reflects my values and my faith and what I truly desire in life. And I also want to show my son that life doesn't have to follow that traditional path or script, and that it's okay to dream big and it's okay to start over again. And I want him to know that his dreams are valid and that he can build a life that he is happy with. It doesn't have to stay conformed to what um, everyone else is doing, because that's what they've been well, I don't want to say
Conditioned.
that's what they've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to do. So you can, divert from the norm and do something different. Even if you're scared, you can still, you know, go after what you want. Um, yeah, so I'm not just building a business, it's a blueprint for him to believe in himself as well, and to know that if he trusts God, you know, he can do all things really. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to leave for my son, a better future for us, really. Yeah, so
Thank,
that's my
thank
response to that question.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Yeah, you mentioned a lot of nuggets there too. When it comes to the legacy, that you're like this online business opportunity has a financial legacy that you can pass on to your family, and that's one of the legacies. But the other one is the one that you mentioned. They are your kids are watching you. They are seeing how you are going for your dreams. They are seeing how you overcoming those challenges and obstacles. They are seeing you grow, stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that
Yeah,
you have never done. So that shows to them, that if my mom is able to do that, so can I. And that's the legacy that you were talking about. Going for the dreams, not being uh the same as everyone is doing. If you can be different, and do different, that's what the difference
yeah,
between an employee and an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur see possibilities, they take risk, while the employee, they just follow orders.
yeah.
So we have to really,
Plates. Yeah,
enjoy life, and we do the things that we love to do. And that's what we are so blessed to have uh, the digital era, because it allows to people that what we thought before, only millionaires can be rich. That's a thing of the past, because now it is available to anyone who's able to see that opportunity in front of them, to be able to build that kind of lifestyle. And it's not, going back to the success that you were mentioning. See, we used to think that success was, like having, cars and houses and all that. But we realize, that success is not really about that. Yes, money will help us to, have a better style, and that's what we're looking for. But it's more about having that freedom, spending that time with your loved ones, like you mentioned, creating those memories, because those memories, no one can take those ones away from you, and no one can take those away from your family. It's something that they will cherish forever. And many times, because we work and we are into that cycle, we don't spend time with our families like we should. We are not creating those bonds. So, um, hopefully our guest is still here. So yeah, it's I just want to mention that, success is different. um, we see success more like living in on our own terms, enjoying the time, the freedom, making an impact on others people's life, because that's what we do also in this online business opportunity. We help people,
yeah,
to also achieve their dreams. So it's not only about us, but it's also about helping others. And also, once we build that financial stability that we have, we also can give back to the community. As a thank you, for being blessed to find this online business opportunity. So, if there is any charity organization that uh, we wanna help, we can help that charity, and or any families. Like I love to help the food bank, because I'm grateful, when I came to Canada, because I'm an immigrant too. We were given food by the food bank. So I want to give back to the food bank so they can keep feeding other families that they also need, that help to provide food, or for the kids in school. Many times kids go to school and they don't have, breakfast or lunch. So those are things that we are able to do with this online business, because we're gonna have enough money for us, for our family, but also to give back to the community. So that's the impact that you're actually making, and that's the legacy that you're also leaving. Making impacts on other people's, and also helping back by giving back to the community. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. We hope so that a lot of people got inspired with your story, because you really, like, you represent a lot of people out there that they think that they don't have other options, and they do. We are here, showing you that, we also took this leap of faith because we were looking for a better lifestyle, you know, to be able to live on our own terms, to be able to spend those memories with our loved ones, because many times we're always thinking about the future, making money about the future, but we forget about living the present, you know, because we really don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we have to practice and spend the times with our loved ones now that we are in the present, not in the future. You can have all the money, but if your loved ones are not going to be there in the future, what are you going to do? You have to spend it now. And the other thing is you gotta take care of your health too. Um Many times, like, especially, parents, sometimes they have to work like 2 3 jobs, to be able to provide for the family. So on the long run, that is going to take a toll on the health of them. Like I
Very
had
much.
guests
Yeah.
share. Yeah, I had 2 guests that that I know from our community. That was one of the reasons they pushed their bodies so much that they collapsed, and they ended up in the hospital. And when they went to the hospital, they checked them and they say, no, you guys are healthy, you're fine, there's nothing. What is it that you're doing? And when they asked that, they realized it was because they were working too much, that their body say, enough, couldn't handle it anymore. So that's when they decided, because for one of them, like, I think she was thinking, um she would still have that employee mindset, but once she got that aha moment, then she realized, I gotta put more interest in my business. And now, she's having that free time to be spending with her loved ones, so because of this business. So yeah, so it is possible. We just have to hang in there, like Karen was saying, like, there's moments where she feels like not giving up, but she knows she has a goal, she has a desire to change her life. So that's why she keeps pushing every day to get to that point, and to have a better lifestyle for her and for her family. So thank you so much for sharing that, Karen. Your story is very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so if you are watching us from Facebook and you guys are not following us, you can follow it. Karen, what is the name of your Facebook business page?
So it's Chantal Karen on Facebook.
Okay, so you can find Karen as Chantal Karen, and
Karen.
you can find
Yeah.
me, and you can find me up here. So uh, if you're not following us, that's where you can follow us. So that way you get to know us a little bit more, who we are and what type of content we put in our pages, and more information about the business. Also, if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell to get notified when we put new content and when we're going live. So that way you keep learning more about this online business opportunity. And when you feel the time is right for you, we'll be happy here to guide you along the way. So you're never alone on this journey. Like Karen mentioned, we have a global online community, and that's the other key to our success in this online business that we have. So if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, here are the three ways that you can do that. So you can either put in the comments more information, or you can send us a private message, or you can register directly into our website to attend to the free webinar that is happening today. I believe in EQK, you guys is Wednesdays and Fridays, correct?
Yeah, because it's going to be 1 a.m. in the morning, so it's going to be
So you, yeah, okay,
Wednesday
will catch,
and then
yeah,
Friday
yeah. So okay, will catch the replay because
or
it's early in
12
the
a.m.
morning. Yeah, I think it's like 12 or 1 a.m. Yes. So you in UK, so if you are in the UK, you catch the replay of the live webinar. So that's not a problem. You can watch it from the comfort of your own home. So when you register into our website, you actually will receive two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page where we'll have two buttons. So you can register for either Tuesdays on Thursdays in North America, or Wednesdays and Fridays in UK. So um, but if you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay, and that's the second link that you get there. So you can watch the replay from the comfort of your own home. Now, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're going to find out on the webinar? So, on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. Um, so now we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. Thank you for all your comments, for all the emojis. We do have emoji here from Jose Daniel Saulitanga. Thank you so much for your like emoji, and thank you for watching. Um, so, saying that, we also want to say thank you to our special guest, Karen, for being here with us today and for spending her time, sharing her story and her journey with us. So, thank you so much, Karen.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me today, Sunday. It was a pleasure being here and having this talk to our audience. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, too. So saying that, we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. Um, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday, and a happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday, and a happy blessed rest of the week for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today, and until the next episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success, with another guest and another topic. So thank you, everyone. God bless you all, and thank you for watching, and thank you again, Karen.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you.